Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos una vez más a NewTV. La tecnología en temas de investigación y consumo de mercado online avanza a pasos agigantados. Hoy, con tan solo usted dar un clic en el mouse de su computador, ya sea en Facebook, en Google o alguna otra red social o plataforma de búsqueda, sin darse cuenta, puede estar entregando información valiosísima que expertos en investigación y estrategias de consumo pueden codificar y sacar beneficios millonarios para empresas y organizaciones de todo tipo. Para hablar de este tema quiero darle la bienvenida a Kjell de Orr, flamante Managing Director para Newlink-group, con una amplia trayectoria en Europa y Estados Unidos en la investigación de mercado. Señor de Orr, ¿cuál es la empresa de investigación o búsqueda más grande del mundo actualmente?
Well, to that point, you probably expect me to say Nielsen or something like that, but actually I would answer that it's Facebook, and probably followed by Google or the other way around. And those are the biggest research companies. We don't know them as research companies today. We think about a lot of other players that are research companies, but in effect, that's what they are.
Cuéntenos cuál es su aporte a Newlink Research. Cuéntenos cuál será su contribución a esta práctica.
That's a good question. But I think I bring at least 20 years of global experience in the research fields, having worked in London, worked and lived in London for 15 years, in Eastern Europe, in Australia, and seen and worked globally for at least 15 of those 20 years in the business. I've also been heavily involved in a lot of the startups back 10 years back in time, and actively been working in the industry with mergers and acquisitions. So I know what the consumer and ultimately the client trends are, where they're going, where they're heading, and I think I can put a very clear strategic input into where research and what you can do with research now and in the future.
Señor de Orr, háblenos acerca de este interesante concepto de la investigación de mercado en tiempo real. ¿Cómo funciona? ¿De qué se trata?
Well, real-time marketing has always been a dream or nightmare for some people. And the truth is that we're right there now. We have several companies today working real-time marketing, basically feeding back behaviors or desires to you as a consumer by tracking you 24/7. We can track almost anyone today legally, and it's not Orwellian. It's actually reality. We can track anyone internationally or nationally, and where they are, and we can also see through convergence of data that we can infuse. We can profile you in a way that perhaps a couple of years ago was more something that the Secret Service was involved in, but today actually a lot of research, commercial research, is tracking you as you walk down the street going back from work, and we know your behavior is more and more, and we can send you real-time marketing offers. Why don't you stop by? It's been a long day and it's 6 p.m. Half price on the beer, just here next to you, etc., etc.
Hoy en día, ¿cuánto se puede conocer acerca de los consumidores que, por ejemplo, no se sabía 5 o 6 años atrás?
Oh, it's immense. I mean, just the last 5 years has been, incredible in terms of how many footprints or fingerprints we can gather by consumer anywhere, and how we can put those fingerprints and behaviors together and start infusing a lifeline along you. And we can actually know more and more about you every year that goes now. There are more ways of tracking you. Tweeting is open source. We can track you and your thoughts there. A lot of the mobile technology is possible to track you and your behaviors, etc., etc. So, I mean, I foresee that, in the future we'll just keep on knowing more and more about you in real time.
Pero es posible llegar a influenciar tanto a un consumidor a comprar X o Y producto. ¿Cómo se hace? ¿Cómo se logra este cambio de comportamiento?
It's something that I'm looking into, and I'm sure a ton of marketeers are doing, which is, okay, so if we do know what your behaviors are, how can we predict and how can we form your behaviors to become what a marketeer would want, and that's really where the Holy Grail is now. It used to be to understand what happened in the past. We're now already doing that. We're now trying to forecast what are you going to be doing next, and we are trying to shape that behavior in you to make it in the interest of the marketeers, the outcome.
¿Qué espera usted? ¿Cuál es su meta de la práctica de Newlink Research de aquí a 3, 5 años?
Well, I think Newlink is set up to be able to integrate the marketing and the research that we can find, and if all the time when we talk about real-time marketing, obviously only research doesn't execute the marketing arm, and only marketing doesn't have enough research to fuel and to change that marketing as it goes. If we're talking real-time marketing, you need both the research inside and the marketing execution to go hand in hand, and I think we have that here in Newlink.
Pues muchísimas gracias a Kjell de Orr, Managing Director de Newlink Research.
You.
Y a ustedes por estar con nosotros. No olviden que nos pueden escribir a nuestro Twitter, @Newlink_NewTV, sugiriéndonos nuevos temas a tratar en el mundo corporativo. Soy Ismael Treviño, gracias y hasta la próxima.